Hey up folks, are you alright? Listen, this is a little bit different to normal because this is basically me at a show. I thought I'd film a bit of it and stick it out on video for anyone who couldn't make it, and it's the Festival of British Railway Modelling, which were today, the 8th of February at Doncaster. I came here a couple of years ago, and I came midday and it was absolutely rammed, and basically you just couldn't get a look in at much. It was just a chaos, and I weren't prepared for it. So this year we went quite early. We were probably in for about 10 minutes after opening, because we did have to stop on way and get a McDonald's because we were both starving. I don't think we'd have made it through morning. So once we had his McMuffin, we got in, and it was quite good. You could get we just marched straight round all layouts as quick as we could, within reason, and then after that I started looking at all for sale stuff. I actually managed to resist and not buy out. I nearly pulled trigger on there were a second-hand Bachmann 37. It was large logo blue and it was grotty weathered. It was 125 quid and it said DCC fitted, and I just didn't know, because you just don't know what you're buying, do you? I thought, knowing my luck, it'll be dodgy, and to be fair, I'll weather my own 37, so I kind of went off that. I've never done filming of these shows before, so what I thought I'd do is, once I got a little bit way in, I started filming names of them. So some have got names, some haven't, and it's a bit of a mystery as to ones what haven't got a name. You're going to have to just try and figure that out yourselves. I don't know if it's because we went quite early, but for first probably half an hour, there weren't a lot running. Everyone we went to, there weren't a lot running. So if there weren't a lot running, I didn't film them much, because I thought, well, not wasting my time just showing scenery, even though some of it were decent. So if there's anywhere I just skip along, it's because they were literally no running. So zombie apocalypse, I didn't want to stay there and get caught out with it, so we moved on to next. But it's up to you how much you watch. It's a skippable one, isn't it, at 1 hour 13. But there's some cracking shots. I've managed to get some really decent shots at some points. So have a flick through, see what you think. I may or may not talk all the way through. Chances are I'm not going to be fair. And enjoy, and I'll tell you what I bought. I'll put it a little bit and show you what I bought, and I'll tell you about a couple of my highlights. One of my highlights was just as I was going through the door, and one of the subscribers called me because he recognised my voice. I've tried to find your comment, to get your name, to give you a shout out. I've checked through the last 4 videos of my comments and I can't for the life of me find it. Oh, I'm sorry, mate. You know what we're going to do? After we had a bit of a chat in front, I were hoping to catch you later on and have another chin wag. I just didn't want to leave my mate out, but then he went home, and then I couldn't even remember what your face looked like. I think I were half asleep, because I don't really do early mornings, you see, so I were a bit tired. But yeah, stick us a comment out so I know who you are, mate, and I'll give you a shout out. It was nice to meet you. Also, on a side note, Delft Junction, I were looking for you, mate, because I said I'd bring that 3D printed shed. I fully forgot to bring it like an absolute idiot, because my mate come to pick me up, and I were just washing some prints off in garage what I've been printing. So I fully forgot to get it, but I didn't see you. The only person I did see, and I don't think it were you, but it might be, were a guy who didn't have a moustache like you've got a moustache. So I thought, said hello to someone, and then I was just in the middle of something in my brain, and I don't think it were you. But if it was, if you're staying in Donny, listen, if you see this tonight and you're staying in Donny, stick us a message out, and I'll if you're staying in an hotel, and I'll bring you that 3D print. I promise, it's not a wind up, I'll bring it you, because I promised it you, and then I didn't see you anyway, and it were all a bit rubbish, wasn't it? But I forgot it, but I will bring it, so let me know. It's got to be tonight only though, which is like obviously Saturday night. I expect if you're doing it like you do other year, you'll stay or a night over or something and go both days. Anyway, let us know. And then Iron Horse, what were you playing at? I'm not being funny. Puts a post up saying I'll meet and greet at 1 o'clock, so old Double O's waiting from like 5 to 1, all excited to meet someone with a better beard than him. And you weren't there. Bloke's looking at me like I'm about to steal something, so because I did about 82 loops round, so I ends up buying something. And again, you're a no-show. Where were you? Apart from that, I didn't buy any models. Well, technically I did actually, but I didn't. My favourite stand, what TMC stand as always. I love their weathered stuff. To be fair, I was looking at them Cavalier 60s. I think they were Cavalier 60s, or they were sub 60s in box. I don't really know how much to do it for me. I think I then clocked an accurascale Colas 37 weathered up, and I thought, well, I think I'd rather be going on with that than other. So anyway, I had a little bit of a mind battle, and I didn't buy either, because I thought, well, I've got 300 quid more in pocket now if I hadn't spent out. Not that I had it in my pocket, because it's all digital, isn't it, nowadays? I didn't get knocked about as much. A couple of years ago, there were rucksacks galore. I was getting knocked from pillar to post. There was some quite inconsiderate people. You know, if you had your camera out. This year, they were not like that. I got my toe stood on once by some gargantuan. But apart from that, it were all right. One of my highlights was I was stood looking at a layout, and this bloke said to his mate, I'm going to have to do an impression because it was next level good. It cheered me up inside. He basically turns to his mate as he's walking off, and he says, well, I'm not prepared to watch this any longer. They're not even changing the lighting sequences. And he storms off with arse on, and his mate was running after him. I thought, that's next level funny. I'd not even noticed that they'd not done lights, but didn't really give monkeys anyway. There were a couple of well-decent Engage layouts. Not that Engage is my thing, that's more for Wayne Atkinson, but I liked it. They were superb, and then some right long nice trains on them. Another thing I found quite funny, for the first time ever I started delving through this like, it was like a bargain basement of old loco shells and stuff, because I thought I might buy a few shells and just weather them up, you know, a bit like practising rather than practising on £300 models. Not that I've done it before, and I've always practised on my £300 models, but I thought if I can get out cheap. Anyway, I'm delving through this bin, and I pulls out this Scott rail, and I really like this livery, and I know it's never been released, but I don't think it's ever been released. So anyway, look, you can see it, 15 quid for this body shell. So I thought, I'll take a quick photo of that. That's why it's a bit garbage photo, because it was just a quick snap. And I sent it over to my mate Hilton, who I know also loves that model, just for a second opinion, because I thought I might buy that. 15 quid. I don't know what it was. It might have been a Lima. It didn't look like any bachmann that I know, so who knows what it was. But I thought, if I show it to Hilton at proper chuffed, he's either going to say, that's absolute crap, or he's going to say, oh, that's decent, like, you should get it. So anyway, I sends him it on WhatsApp, and unlike Hilton, I think he was sleeping at the time, so by the time he got back to me, I was back at home, and I think he thought I was going to have snapped it up, and if not, snap it up for him, but unfortunately I left it, because I thought in my head, when he didn't look at his phone, I thought, even if he did, he's going to say it's garbage, that mate, leave it, and he didn't think that at all. So sorry, Hilton, kind of kicking myself now, because 15 quid's for now, isn't it? But it weren't perfect, but it were alright. What an absolute madman. I'll be honest as well, I had my Liberty Junction Mini Owners Club t-shirt on, but I had my coat zipped up. I didn't, I thought there's no way I'm walking around with that out. People are going to think I'm a right bell. So, yeah, I didn't. And then towards end, I had to unzip coat, because I was literally, it's like a quilted coat I had on, so I was absolutely dying from heat exhaustion, and I was sweating like a madman. So I did unzip it, but I think by that point, crowds were that thick and dense, no one even noticed it, so I kind of got away with that. I were probably 10 minutes away from having to take my coat off, and then I'd have been on full display, but it's not how I roll, really. I didn't want to be a spectacle where people think he was that idiot there with that t-shirt on. Maybe next time when I go to another show, if it's in summer, I might wear it, and then if I'm not local to where I live, it won't be too bad, will it? But when you're from Yorkshire and it's a Yorkshire show, you don't know how, if you see anyone who knows you personally, they might think you're an absolute maniac. So yeah, I didn't fancy that. Right, I'm not going to waffle on for 1 hour 13. There's no possibility that I can keep talking. I've got a new video getting filmed at the minute. I've got a bit of a project on, so I'll send that out in the next few days. So there might be 2 videos this week, and then I'm probably gonna get a new one at fostering service locos opened as well. So there might even be 3 videos, it all depends how it goes, but if I spend an hour doing a talk over on this, I'll certainly not have any brain capacity left to talk on any of my own videos. So I've waffled on for 9.5 minutes now. So what I might do, I might chip in at some particular good bits, and then I might even put some twinkling music on, just so you're not just listening to crowds and odd kid what's jumping up and down saying that's going round in circles, that grandad, that's going round in circles, that grandad, and they say that repeatedly. But yeah, apart from that, enjoy, and I'll see you next time. This layout were alright, it were a big O gauge, so that 08 ran silky smooth as you can see. And there were a nice 37 on it as well as that nice Deltic there, it were nice.
Can I put 18 in there where you're coming out from?
Here's that 37 old school one, looking nice. Them fuel container things look nice and all, don't they? This one was funny, my mate, I says to him, oh look at this one, it's called Little Colon. And he started laughing, it was quite funny. There were no trains running though, so it didn't get much of a filming. I don't know if they were on strike, I think they're on a wages strike to be fair. As you can see, windmill were turning though, so that was nice. Little Colon.
It doesn't move much, it's only on low voltage AC, but the needle does.
I think he were having a few electrical problems to be fair, because the guy were out with a screwdriver and everything and then looking quite menacing.
Well, if it comes down to it, I'll put a new wire on it, because that is the switch part of the frog. Coal wagons?
Your iPhone's got perfect images from about 3 meters away.
This one were alright as well. It had it was a Seaside theme. I've never seen a Seaside theme one before in the flesh. It were alright. An interesting thing with this one, and it got me thinking, is there were a bloke there, and I'm assuming it was his teenage daughter, and she would drive it train, and I thought, I wonder if my daughter will drive train when she's a bit older. And then I thought, there's not a chance she's going to do that for me. I'd probably embarrass her. But yeah, I thought it was nice. It got me thinking. My mate who come with me, I definitely want him to get a layout because I think he'd like it. But there's one of them who's like, I think he's scared to pull plug, to be fair. And these little ones, I keep saying, just get a little one in your garage, like one of these shelf layout type, and just cover it up so your missus don't see. And then it'll be alright, won't it? Because if his missus don't see, he's not going to get no earache, is he? You're not going to give him any earache, are you, Lois?
Take it up clear the road cross, basically getting out of the way of the green engine running round. Then do the standard run around that you do with the green engine onto the rake, and then you can bring that one back into the and then follow it down the line.
Tell you what, there were a lot of birds on this one as well, but there weren't much bird muck. I think they missed a trick there. I thought they could have bird mucked it up a bit more. This one with double O gauge, and this one were lovely. I've got some rate shots coming up on this one. Get ready, folks, if you're still watching. If you're not still watching 15 minute in, what's wrong with you? Hilton, if you're watching this, I think you'll like this. There's some right nice long steam trains. Get ready for these shots. Bear in mind, I'm stood with crowds around me. Look at these angles I've got, folks. People were looking at me like, oh, basically, Jesus. There was this woman looking at my phone screen, like, her mouth wide open and, like, shocked. And then she's looking up at me, and she was either admiring my angles or she was proper checking me out. And she weren't used to seeing Yorkshire fellas looking suave. I'm not sure which it is, but I think it actually probably should be checking me out. What makes it worse is she had a bloke here, and also I feel quite bad about that. This layout though, this was lovely, and this it were probably at length of that, you know, that new one I've got down Man Cave, the bit I've done so far, it were kind of that kind of length, so maybe 5 metres, 5.5 metres long at a guess. So I mean, it's got more twists and turns than mine's going to have, because mine's quite straight, that bit, but it gave me an idea of kind of shots I'm going to be able to get. And there's one that's coming up, and it's got a rate length of track, it's got a rate length of wagons on it, and it just looks absolutely decent. Yeah, that one. I'm probably going to use that one as thumbnail for the video. Listen, if you're sick of me hearing me talk, just press mute and then put some classical music on or something like that, or some Def Leppard. But I'm trying to not spoil the video, but I don't even know if it's what you want to hear. But like I say, there's always mute button, isn't there? But that were lovely. Them little tippler wagon things or whatever they're called. They look alright, don't they? You know, because they're so short, they look right good running round. It's kind of making me want some smaller stuff, but I don't know if that's a bit early for my layout. Anyway, that one's done now. This is on to a new one, but in fact, it might not be. I've confused myself, folks. I'm sorry, I've confused myself. I think this is a different layout now.
Yeah, I think it's coming. Yeah.
And he's waited all this time to see. Yeah, he left it a bit late.
That quite easily fit in the garage, that.
I do like these like display cabinet type layouts, you know, where it's like a little railway in a box, well, all lit up from above. I think they look great good, and this one in particular, I really liked it. And look at them tankers, they're great good. Everything about that's great good. And then basically on top of it, they had loads more sexy locos. It were absolutely divine. And I think this one were basically Scunthorpe Steelworks. I think it's, yeah, you got look. And yeah, look, all these different locos there on top, just little tempters. Well, tempters they were. Some of them were grotty as can be, and all of them were really nice. I really liked it. I really like that. It's really small, and also it could be layout number 4 at some point, something like that. Don't let my, don't tell my missus he said that, please. But yeah, look at it, nice, I like it.
License plate number YJ65 TWF. Please return to your vehicle immediately, please. That's a Ford Blue Fiesta YJ65 TWF. Please return to your vehicle immediately. Thank you.
No. Yeah. Like a madman.
Right, this one here, this is an N-gauge, and it will probably be the best layout, I think, of the whole show. It was absolutely fantastic. It might not have been best one, but it were up there with definitely top 3, I would say. But it had Magna Rail cars running round, buses even. And it were a right long sweeping section with like a town running at the back of it, as you can see. And once trains start running in a second, honestly, I could have stayed here all day, but people were looking at me gone out how long I were here already. So this was one end with like a dense woodland, and that looked amazing. And as you can see, it sweeps round, and it's just looked absolutely decent. There were just nothing you couldn't pick fault with any of that at all. Little Magna Rail coach. I think it'll Magna Rail, or it might have been a little mini radio control, who knows, but I'm not going to assume it's Magna Rail. And these guys weren't playing about with length at trains. Some at trains were fantastic. I mean, look at that one alone, that's just next level good. Then a nice little EWS freight wagon with a right length on back. It was lengthy as out.
This is the colour you like.
Red, yes. First red, I love red. It's a truck. A lorry. One coming round.
I need to get some tankers on mine. I've got them crappy old hornby ones which are really basic, but I think I need to get shut of them and get some decent quality ones. Does anyone know if there's any coming out anytime soon, any getting released? Because I know the Revolution Trains ones have gone to crackers money now, where they're probably twice as much as they were when they came out. But I do fancy some. Here's some more, look, coming with coalesce. It's just next level good this. If there's any proper N-gauge fans, you guys are going to be like shaking on floor with this, aren't you? With excitement, if you haven't already fainted. Because I've never seen it. I've never seen N-gauge as good as this, and I've never seen any run as good as this. These run really good. I mean, saying that, I saw some other day running good at Wayne Atkinson's house, so I don't know why I said that, but didn't have all this scenery, Wayne, did it? It was just on a piece of wood. So you need to crack on, mate. I tell you now, these guys weren't messing about. As you can see, every time they're on a train, every time one goes by, a different one comes. It weren't just doing the same loop. They were working hard, these boys. And I really liked this one out with all mixed containers, all different colours, shapes and sizes. I really like that. Really like it. And as you can see, it's a rate length. And look at the shot there, it looks real, that, doesn't it? Apart from that black little corner on the bottom left, that'd pass as real life. Anyway, I realised at this point I've not filmed the name of this one, and so I think I'll do a bit of a bodgy shoot up now and catch a bloke with his beard, just looking beautiful at the corner at the back. Yeah, there he is, look. Eli Wood, it's a rate layout. It's a rate layout, you boys should be proud. It was just like the gift that keeps on giving, wasn't it? I mean, I could have stayed here all day. They were going for some great effort. So some of them were just stood there, scratching their asses and whatnot, not running any trains. But these guys were on fire. They were absolutely on fire. In fact, one of them actually were on fire. We had to put him out with a fire blanket. That's not actually necessarily true. Edgeworth. This were an alright layout. It were, well, I say it were alright. It were a really good layout. The problem with this layout is I started filming this when I was 47 years old, and by the time I finished filming it, I was 49 years old because, my God, did the keepers waiting. It was literally like, it was as though these were running on real diesel, and there were a diesel strike on, so they just wanted to use a little snippet of diesel because everyone was stood round it like a crowd. But I think Guy was just thinking, let's spare planet some electricity by not turning the trains on because it took forever. Anyway, apart from that, I'm moaning, but apart from that, it was really good.
You've got to move after this, Richard, but I'll have to send you.
Back doors. Smashing through the back doors. I will meet you in your back door.
Right, let me get you set for your next move, okay? So the main platform. Just like you said, you concentrate on that. Just bring it to the menu. Set them. Right. Richard, this is going to be your next car. Let's turn right.
This were a nice little faraway shot. That tunnel must be 6 metres away from where I'm stood. I was fully zoomed in. And again, people were looking at me like, what's that madman doing there? But then when they were clocking my screen, they were like looking at me like, he knows what he's on about, this lad with camera. I could just tell. And I was just waiting for this Class 37, to be fair. I could see it coming round when I could see it in Fiddle Yard, because everyone was stood at sides where you meant to stand, but I was stood on end, and everyone's like, why is he stood there like an absolute maniac? But look at shots I've got here, because I were maniacing it from side. I get to see it all the way down, and it were alright.
It's got all lights and bits. So, I've set all the lights for it. You let me know when you step back out on the spot. You let me set
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to welcome you to the 2025 Festival of British Railway Modelling. We hope you enjoy your day here today at Doncaster Racecourse. We would like to also take this opportunity to thank TMC and DCC Concepts for sponsoring this event. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the Doncaster Model.
This were a nice layout as well, but who can pronounce that word? Really decent. It had nice little platform, and you see how he's done that, like it's like a box stick. I fancy doing that on Liberty Junction too. My platform, I fancy doing that where he does that. This had, if I remember rightly, this weren't particularly long, but it had some really nice details. I mean, this building it background now with blue sign on them tiles, they look like they've been done individually. I'll zoom in on them in a bit, and it's like next level good. And yeah, that tunnel, that were nice. That looked like it ran done, stone tunnel. It looked well, it really did look well. Here it is, look at that, it's brilliant, that, isn't it? I want that patience to do that though, so whoever's done that, next level, need commending. And it was nice to hear a couple of sound locos on controls, because not everyone were rolling sound, and I like a bit of sound. And it was nice to see some diesel, because it's heavy steam, this old show, I think. Even my mate said there's a lot of steam engines in there. Not that that's a problem, but it were nice to see some diesel for diesel boys. Oh yeah, this one has some fancy gates. Look at them wrought iron gates. They're nice, aren't they? I like them.
Where'd you get that
I
from?
don't know.
Contraband?
They won't really fit anything I've got, but I do like them.
Why have you only brought one?
Alright. Palm trees and everything, so I think it's Caribbean. I think this one's Caribbean. It shouldn't be on because it's British Railway, but no, I'm only kidding. And then I thought I'd do this for any who, I think, what's his face? James. You and your grandson, I thought you might like this. It only does a little loop, look, and goes round there and comes back round on the side. But yeah, Darlington. And that, believe it or not, that green loco there, James, do you know what it's made out of? You won't even believe it, dried up custard. True story.
Loads of people have asked me by the dish. Well, he did give us 4,100. That seems like a very good thing. Have you got a grant? All started there.
Pull that forward. Pull the ferry van out of the shed, drop the ferry van back in there.
Yeah.
That work?
Yeah.
That's the only downside to being in the shot though, it's like you've got to keep that moving all the time.
Very rarely get the chance, so it's great.
Coming out.
It's good. No, I'm going to go, still shunted.
This one were a nice layout and all, and it were quite funny this because it nearly started kicking off in a minute because there were a couple of 3 people behind desk, and this one here coming speeding out, and he nearly got his wings clipped because the man were bringing out this 37 up right. So you see how he had to like emergency stop. It was like literally kicking off. I thought he were going to kick him in the face. He's like, I've already set points for 37, pal. And yeah, it looked like he was going to kick him in the face, but he didn't, so it was alright. But it's a nice layout anyway.
You've got the 117 lined up if you want to. Yeah.
Did it? Yes. So you will have seen
Yeah, why not?
an hour and a half from my house, an hour and 26 minutes.
2 hours then, isn't it? For me.
No, I don't think it is actually because it's closer to A1.
Yeah, I can.
Yes, that's the big side.
Thank you.
Afraid that one might not be the best. This one will focus on the temple. Whereas with the gold blue guy, because he's laying it down, and it's far
This one of them fancy gauges, you know, for fancy gauge people, I've no idea. I don't even know if it weren't just fancy spacings or whatnot, but it looked posh. I'm no expert, I never claim to be an expert, but experts will know what it is, but yeah, it was alright. Very sandy looking though, it's like a beach, it's almost like a beach train, isn't it? Not even, it might even be a beach train, who knows?
Make one out. Yeah. Yes. That's coated stock. Northwest was obviously flogging stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. I just needed an engine to move. Yeah. I just need a little bit more research to find out.
Slowly on the TV, showing the technical structures. Saying, well, that's why I was doing another one of my courses, Manning Wall. And so it was an extra structure. There was at least one of them. Before I got bunked out, went over to Ireland. Yeah. Well, there were.
This one was like a Blackpool, it were a beachy one, Blackpool seafront with Blackpool Tower with trams, it weren't trains, it were trams. Bloke was stood talking, chatterboxing, and basically I'm filming it, and notes started running, so in protest, see this building here, it's got a big Blackpool Tower about a metre tall, but in protest, I refused to pan up it and look. And I could tell bloke wanted me to, and I'm like, no chance, pal. If you're not going to run me a couple of trams, I'm not going to show that girthy height you've got. So you missed out there. But everyone loses out now, don't they? Because I spat dummy out a little bit. But why couldn't they just moved it for me a couple of inches and it'd have been alright, wouldn't it? But maybe it don't work, who knows? I think it was just proving his point. This one had some decent scenery as well, some nice rocky areas coming up, look really well. Them trees are decent and all, aren't they? I really like them trees on right there. That looks absolutely decent. All them trees do, not just ones on right there, all look decent to be fair. And these rocks, but I think they were just like shingle, but they look absolutely bang on. He's got great lucky with that. Well, Matt looked lucky, he might just be skilled and gifted, but I'd have got lucky if it were me.
times 5 is 10. 2 times 100 times 2. 200.
I think this one another cheeky N-gauge, so this one nice as well with plenty of freight running modern stuff. Decent. It was a decent little layout, but some of my shots were semi-spoiled by someone kept booting that fence. I think it was that little kid. I think he was basically hired by my competitors to basically ruin my shots because they thought he was going to get a video out tonight and ruin it for people going on Sunday. That's not my intention. That is my intention, but it's not my intention to be dishonest. As you can see though, they were throwing some right different trains out again. It were well good when you saw different trains coming through. People working the socks off in fiddle yards. I mean, no one had any socks on by the end of this. This Brunswick were well decent. This is what, you know, my station on Liberty Junction 2. Well, once I get the shed and it's extended beyond that station, this is kind of thing I want to have beyond it. It's going to kind of be like this kind of thing. In my head, this is what it's going to be like. So it's going to carry on by that station, bit of a scenic break with a lot of trees or whatever. And then I'm going to have kind of this kind of a setup at the back of it. And it's really good. It's really good. And I tell you what, if I keep seeing them Class 68s with them fancy liveries they've got, if I keep seeing them, I'm going to end up having to pull the trigger and buy one, because they're well nice. I think I'm going to have to be... I think I'm going to have to stop messing about with eras and just buy what I like and sod it, because there's too many things that I really like that I think, oh, it don't really fit. But I mean, look at that, it's just brilliant. That's exact kind of thing that I want beyond that Liberty Junction 2 station. I might copy it exactly the same so you don't know that it's not that. I'm only kidding, I won't do that, but look at it there, look, they just look brilliant, don't they? Just had to pause that for a minute. I'm quite funny that my daughter's just walked in the room with this massive Christmas chocolate Santa, and I says, oh, can Daddy have a piece of that? And she's brought me a piece off, and you'd have fit the entire piece she brought me off on the top of a 1 penny piece, and it wouldn't have gone over the sides. So I says, oh, thank you, do you think I could eat all that? And she nodded and left. Absolutely done me. Some absolutely lovely locos on this. This Class 60 Colas, I don't know if it's one of them new Cavalex or if it's just an hornby one. I've no idea because I'm not an expert, but it looks really decent, even that, for what it is. I'm going to assume it's a hornby. Does anyone know? This were a bit of an unusual one. It were an army theme and it was called Shag Bats. Now, I don't know if you could even do that, but even if you could, why would you? And the protected. So I said to bloke, because as I don't know how you can sleep at night, mate, and I'm calling RSPCA, and he just looked at me, gone out, and then I left. That's why there's not much filming of this.
Got a lot of days, you've got shows on a mouse, you get away with all sorts of things when you haven't got much mouse. Like we know back in the 40s when it had some winds blowing in, you want But I mean, people really, we actually keep busy there, we carry it down the stairs.
I tell you what, I absolutely love these long sweeping where they snake around left and right like slippery serpents. Don't they look fantastic? And I tell you what, he were teasing me with that Colas 37. He knew I wanted it to go. He could see me stood there for ages. And he were holding me off with it. And we ended up having to have words. I had to get him in headlock. Anyway, it never moved, so I went on to the next one, this coal setup themed one.
There's nothing to video at the moment. Oh, right. Just wait.
This were another good one, and I think this were upstairs. If I remember rightly, this were upstairs and my mate had gone home. We didn't go upstairs because last year when we went upstairs, I say last year, it were a couple of years ago, when we went upstairs, there were only about one layout and it were all bits and bobs of nonsense, but this time there were quite a bit. So yeah, you missed this, Martin, didn't you? If you're watching. It looked well, this, and that scaffolding that looked good, and it were a nice little place, and it were quite grotty looking in places, which I quite like. It's kind of in theme with what I do, isn't it? And yeah, it were nice. I liked it. Even had a sneaky look inside this building. Look, it's well detailed. It looked well, didn't it? This Witham were a nice little layout, or Witham, however you pronounce it, but it had a little cheeky little shot ruining man, look, just poking his fingers around for no apparent reason, but some nice locos on it and some nice rolling stock. It was nice.
When it goes just inside the tunnel, the sensor there, you come back onto green. But the aim button is always on the time. I think what's interesting about the so on my end gauge condition, it is 4 aspects. Because 16 foot long, you get 3 sections, so you get red, and then as it goes red, you get no red. We've got testing the design feature. With them in Somerset. There's a fictitious layout that there is with them in Somerset. Yeah, well, I'm from so I wanted the southwest. Thank you. I literally, it's going to build a fictitious map anyway, so I just got a map of the southwest of England and put a pin in. Yeah, that sounds alright. And then I researched it, and they did actually have, they had a station, the main line south of Bristol, and they had a branch line that went up to Whoopie Hole and Wells and this, that and the other. So they lost the station and got taken out with beaching on the main line. And there's and they're trying to get it reinstated at the station so people can commute into Bristol. So where they'll get it, I don't know. So yes, there is an actual place, but this isn't an actual place. I suppose I could say this could have happened if they hadn't lost the station. What is it? That's neck card. It's one of their mini kits. It's one of their mini ones? Yeah. About £5 quid. And how it's built. Yeah.
Of a silver BMW.
This were a nice little winter scene layout. It were only really small. It was probably only 3 foot. This little box it was maybe 4 foot. But there were me and another bloke. We'll gain it some interest. And nothing moved on it. I mean, he turned the lights from off like this at night time. He turned it to like daytime now. But we didn't see any trains moving about. So. I wish there we go, look with lights on it. We're like, oh yeah, turn lights on it, lights go off, yeah. And I thought, well, yeah, my living room ones do that. But it's, I want to see trains running. But anyway, folks, that's the end now. So I hope you liked it. I don't even imagine a single person's still here. But if you are, I'll show you what I bought. In no particular order, I bought this Model U figure. I bought this from Sawyer Models, basically just so that they didn't think I was looking to steal things, because I was just trying to say hello to Iron Horse, who said he'd be there at 1 o'clock, an hour there from like 10 to 1 till 1:30. £5 though for an unpainted driver. That's not cheap, is it? So yeah, paid a £5 to meet you, Iron Horse, and didn't see you. I bought some weathering powder, concrete dust one. I bought this ages ago. And I used it all. I really like this colour. It's really good. I used it loads on Liberty Junction 1. And it's one that I miss because it is nice. So I bought some more. And it's £8 a tub now. I'm sure it was like a £5 when I bought it before. I bought these wheels for a project. I'm going, how much are they? I mean, I thought there might be £6 or £7, not 22. My God, I almost choked on my own tongue when he told me the price. And then I bought these, these are even better. This is basically a bag of air with a couple of little black bits in corner, basically some buffers. And they're a tenner. I mean, a tenner. Shocking. But it is what it is. And then last but not least, I bought this 10 Commandments track cleaning wagon. I've heard good things about these. And basically, it's quite a simple design, but it's something I could never be bothered trying to make myself. And I've seen them before. Well, I've not seen them in flesh, but I've heard about them. A lot of people swear by them, so I'll give it a try and report back on my findings. Cheers, folks.